Hello again, YouTubers! Welcome back to the Daily Porygonian. It's been a while since we last had a video here on the channel, but we're going to be starting off with a new video series today with Pokemon Sword, alright? So now Pokemon Sword is it's been out there for quite a while, but I'm still going to do a playthrough video series in anticipation for the upcoming expansion pass DLCs, the Isle of Armor releasing in June, and the Crown Tundra releasing somewhere in the fall. So I'm here on the Nintendo Switch, finally got a capture card for the very first time in my life, and we have here Pokemon Sword. So without further ado, I'm going to just start the software first because I'm not going to be using the internet functionalities for now. And here we are, Nintendo Switch. So we're of course going to start a new save file here. And I'm gonna be doing this slightly different than other folks on YouTube. I'm not sure if this has ever been done, but basically what I'm gonna do after the tutorial is that I'm actually going to level, I'm gonna trade the starter Pokemon from here out to another game on my Nintendo Switch Lite. And I'm going to level up that starter Pokemon to level 100. Yes, so it's not going to be a speed run because a speed run you obviously can't cheat like that. I'm just doing this because, wait, I'm not even going to name this Delta. I'm going to name it Kelpie G. So, yeah, my bad there. Yeah, so basically this is going to be slightly faster than a normal playthrough because, you know, we don't have to spend too much time on what everyone has already seen, you know, the various battles and stuff like that. To be honest, the story mode of Pokemon isn't that complex, not that complicated. It doesn't really require a lot of strategy, which is kind of weird because, you know, Pokemon competitively is something that really requires a lot of strategy. So, but regardless, I personally like doing playthroughs like that. But of course, when we get to the Isle of Armor DLC, I will be, of course, I will be using whatever Pokemon there already is in the game, and I will not be leveling up those Pokemon to level 100 unless I have experience candies in you know, this game save. So of course we have Chairman Rose here and his introduction speech of sorts. I will be keeping in the you know, actually I'm gonna just remove the cutscenes and all that from this playthrough because it takes a while, and I'm pretty sure you guys have probably watched playthroughs on YouTube so far, walkthroughs, you know, gameplay of all the cutscenes. So, you know, I don't want to repeat the same content exactly over, right? So to save time for me, to save time for you, and to maximize our awesome enjoyment here on the Daily Porygonian, I'm just gonna, you know, set these settings to fast on most of the text. I will be setting the Pokemon battles, swapping into the set mode, and basically I'm just trying to, you know, fast forward this gameplay as fast as possible. And how this gameplay, this walkthrough or playthrough will work is basically I will be splitting up the game into the various routes, right? So with the exception of the wild area, because the wild area is, well, there aren't distinct boundaries between the wild area aside from the weather. So, you know, I just see the wild area as a whole entity in it generally. And so for Route 1, the first few parts I'll just be, you know, going through the tutorial and everything. But from then on, you know, Route 2, as well as Professor Magnolia's house, etc., etc. Basically, I'll title the videos in terms of the locations that we cover in the video. So it may not necessarily just be one route. It may be two routes. It may be one route in a town. It may be one gym battle. You know, so that's how I'll be segmenting this playthrough. So I'll of course create a playlist for this, and I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. So this is the very first time I'm using a capture card, as I mentioned earlier, and of course the first time I'm ever doing a video game playthrough. I've never done this before. I've done plenty of iOS app playthroughs on another channel, but yeah, so this is the first time I actually have a console to play a video game on, and I'm showing the gameplay on YouTube. So of course we're going to start off here in the, our house, right? And Hop comes along. He is our rival, our so-called friendly rival of the Galar region. I'm just going to skip through this because right after this we actually get to change our text settings. So of course, to speed up this game, we're gonna go over to the left here, past Mom, and grab our backpack. So personally, I'm not sure why they made the backpacks look like giant luggages. Yeah, but oh well, it's what it is. We get to customize ourselves, our outfits and our bags, gloves, shoes in the later part of the game, so it's no issue there. Adventure guide, you guys probably know how that works. So I'm going to open up the settings here. Going to go into options. I'm going to go to fast, battle effects off, set automatic. We won't be giving nicknames in this playthrough for now. Of course, I'll probably won't give nicknames regardless in the playthrough. Vertical camera controls, autosave, I'll leave it on. Casual controls off. Show nicknames, skip movies, I'll skip those. Yeah, so this playthrough is going to be like part speed run, but also not really a speed run because, of course, we're going to be leveling up our Pokemon to level 100 just so we can get through the game faster. So we're going to head outside to meet Hop, right, in the town of Postwick. This is where we start off the game, obviously, and we will be going into the Slumbering Weald shortly. So personally, I've played Pokemon Sword I have played multiple runs of Pokemon Sword on my Nintendo Switch Lite, and this is the first time I'm doing it on a Nintendo Switch, the actual Nintendo Switch console with the dock. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool experience. I'm just using the Joy-Cons, like off camera, of course you can see me, but it's really fun actually. It's a very different experience compared to playing with the Nintendo Switch Lite. So yeah, we can't go into Slumbering Weald right now, but so we're gonna go over to Hop's house and we're gonna get our starter Pokemon. So that's where we're gonna get our starter Pokemon, and I will be picking Sobble. So personally, I like water starters the most. I gotta say, Scorbunny definitely looks better than Sobble, but personally, I just like water starters, so I'm gonna pick that. And generally, Sobble's final evolution, Inteleon, is pretty good in pretty much every battle. He's gonna be level 100 anyway, so it doesn't really matter which battle we're talking about, right? So yeah, we're gonna meet Leon. We have to meet him at the train station in Wetchurst. Now, one thing I find really unusual about the 8th generation games so far is that the towns don't have like a city, like something city, like Castelia City or Lumio City or Campfire Town, something like that. No, we just have the name of the town or city. So we're gonna follow Hop down Route 1, and we're just gonna skip right through the grass because we can't catch any Pokemon yet. I'm gonna speed right through over to the train station, and I'm actually quite curious to see what the timing, entire gameplay duration of this whole game run would be. So basically, what I'm referring to is how long will it take for us to beat Leon and become the champion, and then followed by the how fast it would take us to beat the post game and capture Zacian here. Of course, this is Pokemon Sword. So yeah, how fast would it take? How fast would we be able to complete that? And I really have not seen any, YouTube videos because of people leveling up their Pokemon to level 100 and trying to play through the game just with those level 100 Pokemon and seeing how fast they can go. So hopefully this video or this series is something new on YouTube. And definitely not for people who really want to read the storyline. I'm assuming that most of you know what Sword and Shield are all about. It's been out for about 6 months now. It's April 17th, the day I'm recording this first part. So, just take note of that. And finally, Leon's going to do his signature pose. We're going to head over to Hop's house and get our starter Pokemon. So I'm actually going to speed through the whole thing until we pass Route 1 in this game, and then I'll end off the video and we'll continue in part number 2. Okay, time to get our starter Pokemon. As I said, I will be picking Sobble. It's gonna load here. Okay, you pick first. Yes, I'm gonna pick first. I'm gonna pick Sobble. So Sobble just... That's the water type Sobble. It adapts to anything as surely as water flows. So yes, we're going with that. Okay, yay, we chose Sobble. Ta-da! I'm just like mashing the A button right now because, yeah, usually that's how I play the game after the first run. I've personally tried playing Pokemon Sword and Shield without leveling my Pokemon to 100. I'm just trying to play through the game as fast as possible. And so far, my record, not using any specific Pokemon, like literally just general playthrough, like how fast can I generally play through this game without missing... I mean, you really can't miss the important stuff because they force you to do it. Like all the story plots are required. But, you know, the point is, I'm just trying to see how fast I can finish the game under normal circumstances, and my record was about 9 hours, so it's still quite a long time to play through it. Hopefully with a level 100 Pokemon we will be blasting through this game. I'm not sure if we're going to be blasting through this game, but this is our first battle. We're going to be battling Hop, and yep, okay, so let's do this. Okay, so Hop really wants to emulate his brother Leon. Of course, he's the champion. Leon's the champion. Generally, I like the music in Pokemon Sword and Shield. My favorite is the Oleana battle theme. So yeah, comment box below. Which is your favorite music theme or music theme or soundtrack in this game? Yeah, so generally I am not going to specifically look for perfect IVs or best natures or anything in this mini speed run playthrough. I'm just going to be using Pokemon that I usually use, some Pokemon that I don't usually use, we'll see. But of course, with level 100 Pokemon, you literally just wipe out the opponents, right? So it doesn't matter too much. But if you have a specific Pokemon that you would like me to try out, comment box below and we will see their effectiveness here. Did you know about type advantages? Of course I did, right? So one good thing about Sword and Shield is that the tutorial is not ridiculously long like it was in Pokemon Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon. Those were absurdly long tutorials there in Pokemon in Gen 7. Okay, so our first battle is in the books, and we are going to be a rival to Hop. Isn't that great? Okay, so joining the gym challenge, and blah blah blah. Okie dokie, so we want to get our Pokédexes, and I believe that once you get the Pokédex, or I can't really remember when you start having access to Pokemon Home or a link. Okay, I know that you can access the Wycom once you get the Dynamax band from Professor Magnolia after the Battle of Hop there. So we will be going for that, and then once that is ready, I'll be trading Sobble. Let's actually just take a look at Sobble quickly. So he's level 7 now. Okay, so we've got ID 658010. Sounds pretty good. Not a really ugly number. I mean, yeah, just... Oh, we have a Brave Sobble. It is somewhat vain. Let's see, so 2416. To be honest, I'm not really good at looking EVs. In fact, sometimes I don't really bother because I don't play this game competitively. I just play it just for fun. I like the whole idea of adventure in Pokemon. So here we are in the Slumbering Weald. I think I will end up the video once we, you know, leave the Slumbering Weald, because it's already going on for 15 minutes. So we will have 3 mandatory wild Pokemon battles here. First up, School Vet. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't a one-hit KO, but yeah. Things like that do happen when you're not level 100. So, yeah. But really, this playthrough, it's the reason why I'm leveling up the Pokemon here to level 100 is because I want to get through this playthrough as fast as possible. And as I mentioned already, you guys probably have seen this game generally. Well, the storyline and all that. In fact, you might have played this game as well, you know. So we don't need to go through all the formalities and stuff like that, you know, watching each and every single trainer battle. In fact, I will be trying to skip trainer battles as far as possible, so I'll only be doing the mandatory ones. So it's kind of like a part speed run, but with level 100 Pokemon. The only thing is that I'm not using Pokemon that are useful in speedruns, so basically I'll just be using random Pokemon with level 100, and we'll see how fast we can go, right? So it's a good challenge. And of course, when this video goes up, I have no idea how this speed run of sorts is going to be progressing, so only time will tell. And I'll be spacing out these uploads all the way to lead up to the June release of the Isle of Armor, which I am personally very excited about. Okay, so those were the 3 wild Pokemon encounters that we had to go through. And now we're going to run right into the fog here in the Slumbering Weald, whatever you want to call it. So straight into the fog, and we will be encountering the legendary Pokemon, actually. Yes, I know I'm literally spoiling everything right now, but I played this so many times and looked through all of this. So the main aim of me here is actually to see how fast I can do this. So we'll see. And this little battle here, you can't really do anything because yeah, the game is just programmed to make it so that you can't do anything at all. Mysterious Pokemon's gaze is fixed on you, no effect on it. Of course, that's how the game is programmed, right? So second attack. Still nothing, just more fog. And yeah, Hop can't see anything. Okay, so I can't see anything, and I guess that's how the battle ends. Yeah, so Zashi just walks off, if you can see the silhouette in the back. Don't mind the noise if you can hear it, it's just some bird, well, crowing or whatever you call it. I'm making this in the evening, so maybe that's what they do in the evening. Okay, so hop in, Kelpie G here, stand up, and Leon comes running after them. Of course, the reason why we came into the Slumbering Weald in the first place was to rescue that Wooloo, which is right there. Yay, okay, so yeah, we're gonna go back to Postwick, and I think I'm gonna end up the video here. We're just gonna go up and tell our mom that we are going on the adventure. So yeah, this is part number 1 of our Pokemon Sword playthrough video series. Make sure to stay tuned for part number 2 coming up in a couple of days or whenever. But yeah, so that is about it. Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment, etc. Keep it right here on the Daily Poriconian. And yeah, we'll be continuing our adventure in part number 2 coming up next. See you guys then. Bye.